Hey, thanks for joining me to color. Today we are going to be working on our Color Wednesday blog post for March 2nd, 2016. We'll be using this adorable Mos Digital Pencil image called Bronco Becky. Isn't she cute? I will put a link down in the description box to the cute little image if you'd like to head over and grab one and color along with me. I printed my image on Neenet 80-pound Solder White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and this cute little sentiment right here is from the Hero Arts Mini Everyday Messages stamp set, and I'll put a link to that also down in the description box. So let's color. So I'm going to start out by outlining my image, and I'm going to use W0, W00, and my colorless blender. I'm going to start with W0, and I'm just going to start down here where these little lines are from the horse rocking, and I'm going to go all the way around to the other side, and you can make your line as thick or as skinny as you want, and I'm not being too tidy. And if you do the outlining first, if you get any on your girl you want to erase, it's a lot easier than trying to avoid colorings that you've already put on there. Usually what happens with me is I'll color something red and then touch it, and then I got red everywhere, and then you cannot get that off. So I'm just going to go down here, go around the horse's mane, around his head, and back down to the other side. And let's bring it in down here. And later we're going to put some ground in there, so I'm not worried about getting it just perfect. And let's color in that little section there between his legs. And there's a little section right here that I'm going to color in. Okay, then I'm going to go with W0. And for W00, I'm just going to set my pen down on my W0, and I'm just going to pull my color out, flick it away from my image out here into the background. And you can go as far out or as close as you want. I'm just kind of letting my hand, however far it goes, that's how far I'm going to do my coloring. And we'll work our way down to the other side. And I tried not to touch my letters here because I stamped that with VersaFine ink, and if you get your Copic markers on that, it will make it bleed. So now I'm going to take my colorless blender, and I'm just going to go over both colors and pull out here into the white. And see how easy it is without having colored the rest of the girl. You can just touch down on her and just color right away. I'm just going to go out here. And again, be careful with these words if you stamp some on there, or wait until after you've colored and then put the words on there. That would be perfect. And that just gave her a quick and easy outline around my cute little Bronco Becky. Now let's give the rocking horse something to stand on, so we're going to use E42 and E41. And I'm going to go right... Let's see, let's do right here. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a line, and then I'm going to come down here and just add some dark streaks. And then I'm going to go with E41. And I'm just going to go right over the top of those streaks that I just put down. Then I'm going to go back with my E42 and add a few more of my dark streaks in. Next, let's do her skin and her cheeks. For her skin, we're going to use E21, E00, and E000. For her cheeks, I'm going to use R02, R12, and R11. I'm going to start with my E21, and let's see if we can get a little bit closer. And I'm going to start down here on her little leg. And let's do right here where her knees bend. I'm going to put a little color right there. And then I'm going to go underneath of her dress and down the back side of her leg and just a little bit over her shoe. Then I'm going to grab E00 and I want to touch down right on top of that last line and soften it just a little bit, but leave a little bit of white, which we're going to fill in with our E000. And I use this to go over the entire area. And then let's go up here and we'll do her arm. So again, I'm going to start with E21. And let's do right next to her sleeve, and then just a tiny bit along the bottom of her hand. And then where her thumb's got a little crease, I'm going to do a little dab of color in the inside of her hand. And then same for this one. Let's go down her arm, and then she's got a little crease in her thumb that I'm going to color. And next I'm going to grab E00, and we're going to touch down on that line and color it a little bit more. And then our E000 to fill in the entire hand. Okay, then we got her face. So for her face, we're going to start with our E21. And let's start down here on her cheek, or on her chin. So she's got a few little lines right here that I'm just going to use that the artist put on there for me already. And I'm going to come up here into her hair. She's got her ear right here, so let's go ahead and do the inside of her ear. And I'm going to do a little dab underneath of her chin right here, that little lip, or I guess it's her lip right here. And then we've got her smiley cheeks. And for her nose, let's just go like this and give it a little bit of some definition. And then I want to do up here by her bangs too, so let me turn her a little bit. And then I'm just going to flick this color out here onto her face. Like that. Then let's go with E00. So we want to soften that, add a little bit to her ear here. And I'm going to use this color on the side over here that I didn't color. We're going to color these little cheeks. And let's get a little bit of this nose right here. And I'm going to take E000, and I'm just going to go over the entire thing. And I'm not worried that it's not blended yet, because I'm going to add cheek color and then go over it a second time. So now I'm going to deal with R02, and let's do a little bit for cheeks. A little bit right here, and a little bit on this side. Then we'll add some R12. And then R11. Kind of dab it right along the edge there. Soften it. And then I'm going to go with E00. And I want to soften this edge over here a little bit more. And then I'll take my E000 to go over her entire face. For her hair, I'm going to use E35, 43, and 41. I'm going to start with E35. And she's got her hair up in little pigtails, so I'm going to go down from her pigtail and use these stripes that are already here as my guide. And I'm going to do a little bit right above where her ponytail wrapper is. And same for over here. Let's do a little bit up here. And then I'm going to pull some of this color down into her hairline. And then I'm going to add E43. few in between here. Some for this side. I'll add a little bit more over here. And I'm going to go with E41 to fill it in. Then I think I'll add a little bit more of my dark in with E35. And let's do a little bit on this side. For her pants, let's use or for her dress, let's use B95, 93, 91, and BG000. I'm going to start with B95. Let's do a little dab of that up here on the top of her overalls, on the little straps. And then I'm going to go right underneath of her strap on this side, and down the side here, under that pocket. And I'm going to flick away from the edge on this middle. And over here, she's got a little bit of it, but it's showing right here in between the horse, so I'm going to go ahead and color that. And let's go underneath of the band of her dress. And there's already some great lines here, so I'm just going to use those to add some color. And then up here, she's got a couple of little spots. And then let's go down the side and pull some of that in here. And she's got a little piece of skin right there. Let's grab E00 and put right here where her shirt rides up and give that a little color. I missed it. And then again, let's do with our B95, I'm going to do the inside of her overalls right here. I think I missed that skin last time I was coloring it too. Like that. Then I'm going to grab B93, and I just want to soften those edges. I'm just going to come down a little bit. And soften that edge. That. And then it's B91. I'm going to color clear across. And then I'm going to take my BG000 and color over the entire thing. Add a little bit of green for my overalls. For the shirt, let's use E30, E09, and my colorless blender. I'm going to start with E30, and let's add some shadows in. So I'm going to go right down the bottom of the sleeve, and then a little bit next to her overalls. And I didn't worry about those dots. Let's do right here, there's a little bit of her shirt showing. And again, down the seam of her shirt and up the bottom. And then let's go right next to her overalls and her arm. Like that. And then I'm going to take E09, and I'm going to very carefully go around the dots. And I try to leave the inside not colored. Go all the way around over here. And then I'm going to take my colorless blender, and I'm just going to go right over the top of everything. Oops, I forgot this side over here. Let's do E09 on these little dots on this side. And then our colorless blender on that too. So I'm just kind of swirling it around and softening the edges of that dark brown and fading it into the shirt. For her shoe and the stirrup on her saddle, we're going to use C3 and C1. I'm going to start with C3, and there's already some great lines on her shoe that I'm just going to flick over the top of. And then I'm going to take my C1 to fill in the rest of her shoe. And then I'm also going to use this on her stirrup. And I think I'll darken that sole up just a little bit, so I'm going to grab C3 again and just give it a little bit more swipes on those dots, around those lines. And then let's give this strap just a little bit there too. And then I'm going to leave it like that. For the saddle, let's use E09, E08, and E13. I'm going to start with E09, and let's do the strap first. And I didn't worry about those dots. I just colored right over the top of them. Later, if you wanted, you could add some white if you would like that. And let's do a little bit right here underneath of her skirt. And let's go on the edge of the saddle right here. And then there's some lines right here on her saddle, so we're going to go ahead and color those. And we're going to bring that out here to her leg. And bring this down just a little bit more like this. I'm going to go with E08. And let's do a little bit over here. And we're going to do a little more dab on this bottom part of the saddle. And then along this top part. And then we're going to fill it in with our E13. And blend it just a little bit more. Let's do the rocker next. For that, we're going to use E44, 43, and 42. I'm going to start with my E44. And let's do the top side of this rocker here. And then this little section that's showing back here, I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. And over here, there's a few lines right next to the horse's hooves that I'm going to color. And the top of this rocker. And then right here's some lines, so I'm just going to use those. And right here. And let's do right down in here where it's behind. And right next to his hoof again. There's a little bit of hoof back here. And then let's do a little bit along the bottom of these. That. Okay, and then let's grab E43. And I'm going to color in these top parts, or this back one over here. And then we want to soften this line, so let's color right on that. Bring that down like this. Soften that edge. And then we're going to take our E42 to fill it in. For the hooves in his mane, let's use W9, 7, and 5. I'm going to start with W9 down here on his hooves. Let's go ahead and do the back. Here, a little bit on this side. And they're small in the front, so I'm just going to use a little bit up there. And then next is W7. And there's a couple of dots on his hooves that I just colored right over the top of. And this is W5 to fill it in. And let's go up here and do his tail. So again, I'm going to start with W9. Let's do a little bit of dark here, and then I'm going to use just the tip of my pen to go down a couple of these streaks. And then I'm going to go with W7. let's pick another streak. How about this one? And this one. And then W5 to fill it in. And we'll go over here and do his mane. So again, I'm going to go with W9. And let's do these right here that are coming out from underneath. And we'll do a little bit over here where it's kind of rolled over. And this side. And then we'll add a little bit of W7. And let's bring this down a little bit. And then we're going to use W5 to fill it in. For his blaze, let's use W1, 0, and 00. I'm going to start with W1, and I'm going to do a little dab right here where his hair is coming out, and then down here on his nose, and maybe just a little tiny dab in the back. And I'm also going to use this on the inside of his ears, and a little bit on his eye. He's got some little shadows right here on his eye that I'm just going to color over. And then I'm going to add W0. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing with my W00. For the horse, I'm going to use E53, 41, and 50. I'm going to start with my E53, and let's start down here on his leg. So he's got some shadows right here on his leg that I'm going to color in. And then over here on this leg, we're going to go like this side. And again, there's those little lines for me. And then we're going to do his belly. And let's brush away from the saddle. Like this. And under her dress a little bit. And around his leg. I'm going to grab E41. And we're going to brush right over the top of that and soften it. And then E50 to fill it in. And I'm going to use this to go over the entire part I colored. That. Okay, let's go up here and do this leg. So again, I've grabbed E53 first. And let's do, he's already got some great lines on here, so I'm just going to brush right on those. And then on this front leg, let's do around the back, down this side. And then we'll grab E41. And then E50 to fill it in. And again, I like to go over the entire thing. And for his body, let's do E53 again. And I'm going to use this. There's a little dab of color right between her leg there, her stirrup. So we're going to brush away from her stirrup, or from her strap, and away from her. I'll go up here along his neck. And we're going to go right along his mane. And I want to flick away from his neck over here. And then there's some lines right here I'm going to go over. But I'm going to leave a little bit of white on that side. And we're going to bring that down like so. Then we're going to go with E41. And I'm going to do this side of his horse. And then E50 to go over the entire thing. let's go over here and do his face. So again, I've grabbed E53. And let's do right along his muzzle here. He's got some lines. This and his eye. That, and let's do his ears. And then we'll grab E41. And I'm going to get this side over here a little bit. And then we're going to take our E50 to fill it in. Look a little patchy back here, so I'm going to give this another swipe of color. So there is our beautiful Bronco Becky all colored up. Doesn't she look cute? And again, this is for our Color Wednesday blog post for March 2nd, 2016. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you had fun coloring today, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.